Peace, peace, family. Welcome to another episode of the Grind Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Ireland, and I have my friend, my teammate, person that I've grown to know over the past couple months, Ahmed Hill. I appreciate you taking out the time, bro. I know we've been trying to set this up, and we finally made it happen.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you for having me on the show, man. You know, great platform, and it's an honor for sure.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So let's just jump right into it. So you grew up in Fort Valley, Georgia?
Yeah, Fort Valley, Georgia. Small little country town in Georgia, kind of like the middle of Georgia.
Okay.
Like down by Macon, so.
So not like, people think of Georgia, they think of Atlanta, but like.
Yeah, our population, I think maybe 8,000.
Okay.
Maybe less, to be honest. I don't know.
So what was the culture like, just growing up in that immediate area?
Small, everybody outside, kids outside. We playing, riding bikes, football, basketball, anything activity-wise, we outside with it. So that's kind of what it was growing up. Like, played basketball on the corner. You had your basketball goal on the corner. All the kids come down the street and hoop. Right. Just that type of vibe, just being outside, really.
So you said it was the country. So like, so I grew up but like, I was. Like 3 years throughout my childhood, I moved to Arkansas.
Yeah.
So like we was in the country, So we was like digging, in swamps, like, digging up tadpoles, frogs, all that stuff. So like, what was that like the country life like?
I mean, it was kind of like the same, like we got some little swamps down there. I remember as a kid, I used to go like in the bushes, try to get like the little berries, like pick the berries, eat them, like all that. Now I would never do nothing like that now, but back then, we used to do all that, man. Like outside, kids get dirty, you know what I'm saying? All that, just having fun, being kids, really.
Yeah. So let's touch on, obviously hoops, but like, who was the first person to like, place the ball in your hands, or who gave you that initial inspiration to play, and then at what age?
I would say just growing up, like kids played, but I remember my pops giving me the ball when I was like 5. Put the ball in my hand, and since then, I just dribbled, fell in love with it. And my brother was much older, I think like 6 years older than me, so when him and his boys be playing, I try to follow him around, try to play with them and things like that, and it just would be like more of a challenge to me. Like, everybody played football where I was from, but basketball felt like more of a challenge. I always played with the bigger guys, so it just, everybody kept telling me I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, so it just brought me more and more into love with the game every day. So.
Right, I feel you. So you said you played football as well?
Yeah.
Okay, it was more football down there? Or?
Yeah. Because football powerhouse, high school, they win championships like every other year when we were growing up, so it just like, everybody played, even my dad's side of the family, everybody was strong, everybody played. My brother, my middle brother, Braxton, he was the only one to play basketball. So I kind of looked up to him a lot. So when he played basketball, I felt like, that was kind of thing I wanted to do too.
Hell yeah. So what was like, what was the competition like? Or like, when did you realize like, or did you know anybody from other, like, the next neighborhood over that was like your competition type of thing?
It was like more of a city called Runner Robbins. That's where we would go to, like, Walmart or things like that. It's probably like a 20-minute drive. But a lot of people down there played basketball. In Macon, they played basketball. So when I was growing up, I just looked up to my older brother. He was playing. He was a undersized post, but he was very skilled, strong. And he was kind of like very popular, so I kind of wanted to be just like him. He wore number 41, and I wore it up till I got in high school, and I wanted to find my own identity. But growing up, middle school, I was 41, trying to be just like him.
Okay. Now, what was, were there, I know you said your brother, but like, were there any other local players that you looked up to, or kind of, wanted to be like, or mentored you in a sense, from afar at least?
I would say in like 7th grade, 8th grade, I played with the Columbus Blazers out of Columbus, and they had guys like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They had Chris Walker, Brandon Green. They had some other guys, Nick Marshall. They was all like top 50 guys in class of their class. So
Okay. And they were older than you, or?
yeah, older than me. So we was always been in the gym, seeing them play as the younger guys, wanting to play with them. But other than that, nobody from my city went basketball.
Okay, so you was like the only one then.
Yeah, there was some guys in front of me, like my brother class, that was really good and things like that, but they didn't make it as far. So.
Okay. Now, what were the? Now, when did you start playing AAU ball then?
I'll probably say around seventh grade,
Okay.
6th grade summer, 7th grade.
What team?
The Columbus Blazers, they picked me up.
Okay.
So it was probably like an hour drive from where I was from to there. So they'll just come pick me up, go there for the weekend, just go hoop.
And then you eventually played on Southern Stampede?
Yeah, so I was with the Columbus Blazers. I think they was going to see somebody on my team play, as the story is told, and then they had seen me, saw how my energy was, so they wanted me to come play for them for a weekend in Orlando. So the Columbus Blazers left, I stayed an extra week with them.
Damn,
I was with my cousins.
Okay,
lived down there. My auntie and my cousin from my dad's side lived down there.
Okay, bet.
So I just stayed with them for a week, waited till the other team got down, played with them, and from then on, built a relationship with the guys from Augusta. Oh man.
That's where the AU team was stationed at?
Yeah, built the guys from Augusta. We had dudes all around Georgia, so everybody on the weekend would just meet up in Augusta. We'll practice, play, things like that.
Okay. Now, who is once you got to that, that circuit level, that, just high level AAU, who would you say was your toughest matchup? Or the best guy you played against, or, something like that?
There's some guys. I'd probably say just guys in my position that I wanted to, showcase my talents against. But I was class of 2014, so I remember back then it was top guards were like Devin Booker, Rashard Vaughn.
Okay.
Like Kelly Oubre.
Okay. All right.
It was like some guards. It was some very talented guards. Jay Sean. So it was just every day trying to go out there and showcase your talents against them, because people are already watching them, and me, I was an underdog anyway. So I just wanted to kind of put my name on notice, just from playing against them guys.
Now, but then you still played for your high school. Was it Aquinas?
Aquinas, yeah. I had, when I moved to Augusta, I went to Aquinas High School.
Okay. That was was the level of talent or just competition different from your high school and then playing AAU?
Yeah, most definitely. AAU on the EYBL circuit, you playing against guys every day.
Yeah.
That's, top 10, top 20. And then when I got to Aquinas, it was more so me academically. We would play some guys, every now and then, not crazy competition, but we'll play some guys. We played Kobe, Malik Beasley, all them kind of guys. But other than that, it was just me basically getting my education, making sure I could qualify for college.
Okay.
So that's what I really went over there for.
So is this the different school that you went to? Because where'd you score 3,000 points at?
So it was from that school, and it was
combined.
from Peach County and Aquinas. So
damn,
it was my freshman year, I think I averaged 22, 23.
Okay.
And then sophomore year was
that's crazy, bro.
25, 26. Then junior year was 28, something like that. Had I think high score 49 one game. And then senior year was kind of the same. So.
Okay. Now, was there any other D1 guys that was on your team?
Yeah.
At either school?
Yeah. We had some D1 guys. Shout out to Santonio Brinson. He just finished playing in March Madness. He was a younger guy that came. Yeah.
What team? Or what team was he at in March Madness or?
Texas something. Okay. I don't want to get it wrong, but he played in March Madness. We had a couple of guys. Shout out to my point guard, Meat.
Where he at now?
He had gotten a situation.
Okay,
so,
respect.
But he was definitely D1 talent for sure.
I mean, I think that's another topic, man. There was so many dudes just growing up in my hometown of Waterbury, so many dudes in 6th, 7th grade, 8th, 9th grade that was by far better than me, but just circumstances, getting caught up in the streets. It's just,
Unfortunate.
yeah,
For
it's
sure.
just unfortunate because it's like dudes had so much talent. Dudes was just like ahead of their time, kind of like.
Yeah.
Dudes would have bounce in like 8th, 9th grade, like it was crazy. It was crazy. So I know I feel you on that.
And the crazy thing about him, he was like 5'6", 5'7", like cold,
Right.
cold.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it'd be like that, man. So did you get a state chip, state title?
Nah, man, I lost in the Final Four to Kobe though.
Oh, damn. What? You only went to the?
I went to my sophomore year, freshman year, I went to like the first round.
Okay.
We lost in the first round. Just sophomore year, we went to the second round. Third year, Final Four, and then my last year was the Elite Eight. We had lost to one of my brodies. We called him Turtle Jackson. He had played at Georgia. I don't know where he at right now. He should be definitely making some money though somewhere. He was good. So
man, those like taking L's when you were that young, it like
oh, man.
It hurt. Like in high school, like taking them L's was like devastating. Then reading the newspaper, the whole city talking about it.
Man, because you had to go all in.
Yeah.
Like you was going crazy for trying to get that W, doing anything you could.
And it's crazy, man. Like now that I think about it, like it was just a different like mindset playing in high school. Like it just felt more, I don't know, more free, more fun, just more like more natural. And then that you get to, of course, AAU gets political, college super political. Then obviously as a pro, it's just business.
Yeah.
So what do what are your thoughts on that? Like, just how the difference from each level you get is like, I don't want to say more stressful, but it's like, more stuff that comes with it off the court.
Yeah, it's definitely, I would say you hit it right on. Like high school is just all fun. You kind of building yourself,
Right.
building your confidence. Then when you get to college, it's like you got to understand the business of it. Like you still having fun, but it's getting more and more business the more long you play in college. Yeah. And then like once you get, say you want it done or you do your 4 years and time for you to be on your own, you gotta just know everything just business. Like no matter you can be the best player in the room or not, like if somebody have more networks or connections than you, then you know what I'm saying, that's just how chips fall. But just gotta keep striving though, for sure.
Now what was the recruiting process like for you? Like when did you receive your first offer?
I received my first offer, I think like 9th grade from Mercer.
Mercer, okay.
Yeah, because I was right in their backyard, so I'm pretty sure they like, pulled up to the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like in middle school, I was already like, I think 7th grade, I got my first dunk in the game, and then 8th grade, I was probably averaging like 2 dunks in the game with like 20 plus 30 points. Like I was killing. Like I ain't even gonna cap.
That's crazy.
So like, and then I was playing 8th grade, I was playing JV, and I was averaging probably like right at 20. And then like I was just always playing, and then when I got to 9th grade, I feel like I was already on that level. So my confidence was through the roof. And I just was out there having fun, like we just talked about.
Right. Now, because for me, I didn't have many offers. Like I had grade issues, but like in Connecticut, like we get overlooked because it's like Boston's right there.
Yeah.
New York City's right there. Now it's a little better. Like recruiters come and recruit, the local cities and stuff. But so like once you start, like what was the offer? Because I know like how often, like sometimes offers work like, okay, say UConn offers you. Then it's like, okay, since UConn offered you, then the rest of the Big East will offer you. Or, you know what I mean? Or at least the Big East back then, that's what it was called. So like what was like your biggest offer, and then like were you like, damn, like, okay, I'm here now, or what was it like?
I think it was just exact what you just mentioned. If I'm not mistaken, it was UConn.
Okay. That was your first like high major offer.
Like one of the first. I had Georgia and like things like that, but UConn, I think, definitely like got the ball more rolling just from everybody, because I had a great tournament. I think it was Boo Williams, if I'm not mistaken, against Mac Irvin. And then
they just called you or what?
Yeah, they would call like one of my mentors I had at the time, Matt Scott, and from there on, just kept getting them. All the schools just kept calling. Like, dang, that was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, no, because I like I said, for me, I didn't. So I had like local schools, local like low major D1s around like in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But then like I went to prep school and I was playing on like, of course I was on the circuit, Adidas circuit. But then I went to prep school and we was playing against like really high level competition. And then I did really well throughout the whole year. I got like all NEPSAC first team and all that. So
My boys stay talking about that.
NEPSAC
game. Yeah,
NEPSAC
my boy,
crazy, bro.
Well, Sabiti. I don't know if you know him. He from
Where
Boston.
you go? What
He went to play at Tech.
What prep school did you go to? Do you know?
Nah, I don't know what prep school.
Because I mean, like prep school, it's the competition is like it's just crazy. Like we lost the championship game to Will Barton.
Okay.
So it's like dudes like and their squad was Kansas, Kentucky, like it was crazy. So it took me like after, and I already committed to LMU before my season started. Because I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go here mid-major. Gonzaga's in their conference, BYU, St. Mary's, and I'm gonna and it's on the West Coast, so it'll be different for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was. I didn't really get that exposure. But so then like, what was? Did you? When did Marquette like initially offer you, and how did that like relationship with Buzz? How was it different than any other coach?
I think my Marquette offer came in Orlando. We had played in Orlando, and he had hit my mentor up, and then from there on, he would just come visit. And then I remember one time, I was already, rocking with him because when he came there, it was just kind of like different. Like he pulled up, and like my house was like literally like right across the street from like a little church. Mm-hmm. I had like a little pond with like a donkey or pony right here. No cap.
Damn, okay.
I ain't have that dog. The dude in front of me had that. So then like right here was like a little shed church.
Uh-huh.
And my mama and I used to go to it sometimes. She used to go to it all the time. Mm-hmm. And he pulled up, and like first thing he said, he saw like people over there doing like night school, I think, or something like that. He was like, "You want to go to church?" I told my mom was like, "You want to go to church?"
Right.
Like she was. So then they kicked it off or whatever, and from then on, like one time he came down, and he just went and saw her. He didn't even see me. He pulled up to the school, was like, "What's up, Med?" Like dipped out, went and had lunch with her, saw her, talked to her. So I was like, yeah, that's different. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like a different atmosphere. Like he actually care about, you know what I'm saying, me and my mom, like how we doing. And just not like I'm just another player at the school. So that's what kind of stood out for me.
Nah, it's similar to my story, man. I went out to, so I took a few visits. I went to Rutgers, I went to St. Bonaventure, Providence and St. John's, but my mom went with me out to LA, and that was the only visit she came with me. Yeah. So then like after listening to hear your story, it just goes to show like how important like having your mother is throughout that process, and her decision of like giving it the final okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like for me, like once my mom felt really comfortable, it was like okay, like I'm gonna go here.
Fact, same. And like you went way West Coast too though. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm coming from Connecticut all the way to LA, and
so how you deal with that? Because I was about to go to Marquette. Marquette was 16 hours from where I stayed at. Okay. So then it didn't like happen. So I went to Tech, which only was 6 hours. Right. And I was like, 6 hours seems far. You know what I'm saying? When they got to come there, drive there. Yeah. But like, what if I was 16 hours? Like that'd be insane. Like.
Nah, it was tough, but like I needed that. Like I needed like that growth. You know what I'm saying? Just to be on my own. I'm an introvert anyway, but like looking back, I know like I made the right decision, and I needed that at the time. And it was just like being in LA, man. Like I got off the plane, I'm wearing shorts every day. I see palm trees, like the ocean's right there.
Good vibe.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I've never seen this in my life. Like, you know what I mean? We go in the Northeast, you got 4 seasons, but like in LA, it's sunny all year round. So it was like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta come here. This is the spot. So what other did you take any other visits or?
No, I took the Marquette one. He had me and a couple of guys there, and he brought me in first and was like, you know what I'm saying, I want you to sign But I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna sign these other guys, whoever wanna come. So I don't wanna put no pressure on you. 'Cause I was telling him, I was just like, I'll come, just let me, take my other visits. Like, let me do my thing. He's like, nah, I ain't having it.
Right.
So that was my first visit, and I was like, all right, like, it is what it is.
Damn. Nah, that's what happened to me, man. I went to St. John's and then St. Bonaventure, which and they was in the A10, but they had a great year. And so after they offered me, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just take my last visit. I'm gonna go out to LA, just take my last visit, enjoy it. And they was like, no, we want you to commit right now. And we know because they knew if I went out there, it'd wrap. And that's what happened.
That's what Buzz knew too. He knew if I took that visit to Kansas.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. So what camps were you invited to in high school?
I went to the top 100 camp.
Okay.
I went to the LeBron camp. I went to the KD camp, and I think I did another camp. Somewhere. But yeah, those was kind of like the main three that I did. It was definitely fun, definitely different for sure.
Now, you commit to Marquette, but then what was the process like you said, but like Buzz Williams left?
He left, so I had to do this whole I forgot what you call it, but like basically like decommitment process. I had signed and everything.
Okay.
I was signed just like you. I wanted to play my last year free.
Okay.
And I was worrying and stressed about it.
Right.
So I had signed like my 11th grade summer. And so going to 12th grade, I just was free. And then he said he was leaving. Called me actually on my birthday. I was like, I was about to get ready to go to prom. He was like, I want to let you know I'm leaving Marquette before it gets out. I want you to first know. I want you to come to Tech with me. And he was like, I understand you at prom right now. It's your birthday. I want you to think about it. So I'm like, all right. So I'm at prom. Like, I'm getting dressed for prom. Like, hey.
You can't even turn up, really.
I'm like, I don't even know what to do no more. It was 12th grade, bro. Like, everybody had committed to a bunch of schools already. Like, a whole bunch of guards in my class. So I'm just like, dang. Like, to a lot of schools that I wanted to go to, I already had. So I'm like, dang. So I'm like, man. And then my mom came to me and she was like, I know you stressed or whatever. It was like a couple of days later. She was like, I know you stressed, but I feel comfortable with Buzz. Like, no matter what you want to do, like, I'll be with you.
Right.
But I feel personally more comfortable with Buzz teaching you life more than just basketball. So I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, so called him back and was like, yo, I'm coming.
Okay. So then, like, you didn't have to take a visit. You just.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't even need a visit. I'll pull up.
Okay.
So just let me know when I need to be there.
Okay. Now, so like, that's a lot. Like, that's tough. That's tough to go through. But like, so what would what's some advice you would give like a young hooper, 4-star, 5-star, on making their decision of, and also like, I think it's important to like to choose to choose the right school. Like, a lot of kids are like infatuated with like going to the biggest school, but I feel like, and you may understand now, but like, at least for me, I realized like a lot of dudes that I played with in the NEPSAC or on the AU circuit, like a lot of them went higher than me, as far as they went high major, but then they didn't really get to showcase their talents because it's like everybody else is really, really fucking good on the team.
Facts.
So like what's some advice you would say to a young dude that's choosing a school to go to?
I just say choose a school that fits you, to your playing style, to what you want to do with your life, academically wise. And I would say it's not all about, high majors. It's not all about the coaching, not all about the colors, not, what I'm saying? It's about your situation, what will help you grow as a man, as a academic student, and then obviously as a basketball player. That's your main reason why you're going.
Right.
So, and whatever can put money in your pockets at the end of the day. You're playing the game to build your future. You want to do this with your life. You want to get paid for it. It's a job, so you got to make a job decision, I would say. Like, I went because I was searching for more of a father figure in my life, and I needed somebody to help teach me how to become a man the right way.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I personally wanted, and I felt like he understood my background, and I felt like he was gonna help me become not only the basketball player, but the man I wanted to be to my daughters and things like that. So that's what I feel like a dude should do in his situation. Just, you know, take your time and choose the right school, because a lot of kids like that, like now, is definitely like transferring. Like once they get to a school they don't like it, they transfer within a year. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta pick your school and rock with it. I understand things happen, but then if you got that coach who gonna always look out for you, he gonna always sit you down and keep it real with you and let you know, instead of just letting you leave and do whatever. So,
and that's important, man. Like, you know, searching for that mentor, that father figure. Just because, like even with my coach, like I still talk to him to this day. You know, he'll call me, text me. Everybody on on the coaching staff there that recruited me. And so it's more of like, instead of like, you know, just going to play for a coach, you have to like really, you know, hopefully, you know, he's able to be in your life and stay in your life. You know? So I think it's an important decision, but it's so crazy that, like, you know, we 17, 18, sometimes 19 years old having to make that big of a decision.
Yeah, it's a big decision. A lot of people don't think it's that big, but it's big. Like,
and it shapes you.
Yeah, just this summer, you know what I'm saying, I had just had my second daughter, and Buzz was like, man, come out here. I want to see y'all. Like, bring her out here. Come on.
That's love.
We got the game against football game. Bring her out here. I want to see y'all. We can work out, all that. I got a place for you.
That's
good.
Love. That's real. Yeah, my head coach, he old, bro. He like pushing 80, maybe like 78, 79. But like 4 years ago, he's from Maine, so the drive from Maine to Connecticut is maybe 9 hours. So when I had my camps during the summer, you know, I invited him to come, you know, just come speak to the kids, like, you know, give them like the reality of it from a head coach. And he came, bro. Like, he came, showed love, like, you know, and of course he didn't want me to pay for his stay or gas or anything, but and he drove. So it was like, you know, that was important for me just to realize, like, know that I mean that much to him. You know what I mean?
You made the right decision in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. And he'll still contact my mom. He'll ask about my brothers, my sisters, everything. So it's definitely, man, that's huge in making your decision, for sure. I know you just touched on your having your second daughter, but what was or when did you have your first daughter?
I had her February the 18th of 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So that was what year were you at?
17.
Where you at the time?
No, I'm tripping.
Yeah, you in high school? Yeah, you younger. Okay.
Yeah, 2015.
2015. So, so you in high school, man. Like, what was that? Like, you know, what like when you got the news? Like, what, like, were you devastated? Were you like super excited, or and then like?
I was scared. I ain't okay.
For sure, for sure. Definitely. So like, was it overwhelming for you, or like, were you able to focus on hoops, or like, what was it like? Like,
so I was getting ready to go off to college, and when I got to college, you know what I'm saying, I had some academic issues. I had to go back home and take a class. So the whole summer, you know, people get out there early summer and just working out, training. So I had to go back and do a whole class online, like do that.
Back at the crib.
Back at the crib.
Damn.
So now everybody like, I thought you were supposed to be going to college, you back at the crib. So I got to deal with that.
Right.
And I was like, oh man. So then I got to focus on, yo, man, you got to do something. You got to have a daughter. So I'm like, dang. So now I'm just like whirlwind on what to do. I ain't working out like I should. So then I end up getting the class done, going back to school, time like it starts. And then by then everybody done got their summer workout in. They, you know what I'm saying, freshmen getting ready to play. They different. I'll come in like just normal. Like I done lost the whole summer, and I'm like, dang. So it was stressful. I ain't gonna lie, it was stressful, but it became a blessing for sure.
Yeah. Now who helped, like, you know, who did you vent to, or who helped you throughout that process? Like, you know, your mom, or like what was like what was your mom's advice, and then what was like your Buzz's advice?
My mom, she was mad at first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was mad. Being a single mom, she kind of knew So she was mad, but I think she was happy as well because I think she had 3 boys. So, you know what I'm saying, having a girl was kind of different. Okay. So I feel like she was happy, but she was mad at me. She just didn't want to show it. Right. And Buzz just was telling me, you know, to just focus on now. Like, just make sure you take care of now and everything else will fall into place. Right. Yeah, it's a big deal, but it's life, you know.
Right, right.
So he was helping me more so become a man about it instead of just kind of freaking out about it. So
yeah, man, I couldn't even imagine, bro, because I know I've had a few scares in high school, and like I don't even know, like, cause and that's, you know, that's like the stereotypical thing. What happens is, like, you know, you like high school star has a baby, and then it's a wrap kind of.
Yeah.
You know, you're at the crib for the rest of your life. So it's like, man, oh my God, I couldn't even.
So that's what I was like scared about. I was like, man, it can't be me, not me.
Right.
I got to get through this.
Nah, but you persevered. Man. That's dope, man. That's good. So what was like the transition from, you know, going from high school to college?
It was big. You know, Buzz he a workaholic, so you know what I'm saying, we was practicing crazy. His camps was crazy, and it just was different. You know, a lot faster. Had to be a lot stronger, so it just come from like me just thinking I knew how to work out in high school. Like, I work hard, like, don't get me wrong, like I work out all the time, like do the most on the workouts. I go run hills with weight vests on, strength shoes, like run mile in strength shoes. I do all that in high school. But college is different. Like, everybody's kind of bigger, you know what I'm saying, fast. Had guys who already played in college, so it was just different. And Buzz, he'll let you know what I'm saying, yell at you, get all in your face, our headbutt, all that.
Right,
so,
right,
yeah,
right. I feel you. Nah, that brings back memories, man, because it's like, in high school, like, we don't know what we doing, we just want to work. We just trying to work hard, like, because nobody's telling you, okay, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, even for me, it was like, I'm lifting weights, stuff I shouldn't be doing, stuff that doesn't translate, but it's like, I'm gonna do it because that's all, what else, I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
But then, like, once I got to college, it's like, okay, this is how you work. This is how you get better. This is how you work on your mid-range jumper. You know what I mean? And one of my college coaches, he was, so he's a player development. Well, he was player development in the NBA for a while, but now he's just strictly DeMar DeRozan and Damian Lillard's trainer. And he was one of the main guys who recruited me, but he was like the main one who also like kept it real with me. Like, as a freshman, like, if I'm playing like shit, he gonna tell me I'm playing like shit. You know, so like, I needed that, man, and I value his opinion because I know he was around hella pros.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to touch on academically a little bit. Did you know what you, because I know it's hard as hell, like, coming in, you know, every other regular student knows what they want to, knows what they're there for. But like, us athletes, it's like, man, like, I'm here to hoop, so like, but I don't know what I want to major in. So like, what did you have any interest in when you first came to school?
Yeah, when I first got there, in high school, I was drawing a lot. I used to draw. And one of my close boys, Justin Bibbs, he actually out here in Poland too, playing. And he was like one of my best boys, and he drew. So when I got there, you know, you get a little minute to figure out what you want to do. You can take some classes, So he was taking an art class. I was like, man, you know, that'd be cool. Like, his schedule was love, kind of, but he was just like, bro, it's like hard. It's not like art like how you think it is. Like, they make you do stuff, and I was just more of a freelance drawer. I just like to draw. And I think he said like one of his classes was like 4 hours long. He would be late to practice. So I was just like, nah, like, and he was like, nah, I can't even do it no more, bro. And he like loved to draw, like he fire. So I was thinking about that. So then I was like, man, what else? So I'm from the country, you know what I'm saying? My vocabulary a little messed up a little bit, so you know what I'm saying? I want to learn how to, you know, enhance my speech and all that. So I was like, man, I should get into like communication, like broadcasting. So then I got into that, and then learning how to, you know, write papers and things like that. So kind of felt that was very helpful for me. Right. Definitely.
Now, so what was the toughest thing to adjust to as a student athlete? Was it like the time, like, because I know like because like we said, regular students, they just have to worry about class, but we got weights, we got conditioning, we got practice, you know,
and
film.
Definitely, because Buzz like to have practice in the morning, so we would have practice in the morning and then go shower, go straight to class.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of tough, just being focused enough to go in there, because once you finish with practice, you're like, man, I just want to lay down, like, I'm tired, you just almost died in there, and then now you want me to go in class and focus for a whole hour, like, come on, bro.
Right.
I can't do it. So I think that was the hardest thing, for sure.
Nah, I feel you, because like for me, like once, like I was going to class all freshman year, but then like, you know, I missed one, and I'm like, okay, like nobody said
happened.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, hold up. Then I missed another one, and that happened. So I'm like, oh man. And then I just start missing a lot of classes, and then they start clocking me, man. My head coach would be waiting at the class for me to check in and then check out.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, but that time management is tough, man. It's tough.
Definitely, for sure.
So what was like, you know, being at a high major, man, like what was the adjustment like, you know, basketball wise, and like what was your expectation as a freshman coming in?
I would say my expectations was just come in and play. You know what I'm saying? I was highly recruited.
Did you feel any pressure at the time to like come in and produce immediately, or?
Yeah, because when Buzz got there, a lot of people had left. Like they either left or, you know what I'm saying, it didn't work out with this situation. So it was like we had like a couple of old guys and then like a lot of new guys. So it was just like, you know, what we're gonna do. I think the years before that they had won like 2 ACC games. So it was just like the atmosphere there was not basketball at all. It was all football. You know, football was big at that time at Virginia Tech. So I think it was like top 10, top 15.
Okay.
So that was like crazy. So then when we got there, it was like maybe 1,000, 2,000 people in the stands. Just nothing really. So then, you know, just got there and just like, let's build something. That was our whole thing. Was like, you know, it's not gonna happen overnight. We ain't gonna win the first game, and a lot of people be there. You know, it's gonna take time to build up, and that's exactly what we did. It turned into kind of a basketball school, definitely, when we was there. I think still now. I think now, you know, they just finished in March Madness. They won the ACC tournament. That was crazy. Shout out to them. So I think like definitely put it on a right track, and it feels good. Like people still mentioning us to this day. Like thank y'all for all y'all did. Like y'all, you know what I'm saying, laid the foundation. And then now I just got to keep going. So, and I think they're in good hands. They got a great coach right now. So definitely gonna be a good atmosphere. I need to go back to a game for sure.
And so you started mostly every game as a freshman, huh?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay. Now, so what was it like? You know, of course, I want to hear about like the first time when you played at Duke.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. So like, was it like what was that? What was that like? Was the atmosphere? You know, actually, did you get an offer from them or not?
Nah, I ain't get one from Duke.
Okay, so like, what was that? What was that atmosphere like?
It was crazy. Cause actually one of my teammates, Grayson Allen, he was with us on the Stampede for a little minute. So he had got the Duke offer when he was with us. And so when
he was on AAU with you?
Yeah.
Bet.
So, you know, just going over there and playing. And when we actually played at Duke, I wasn't even, it was my sophomore year. Our freshman year, they came to us. And that's when they was loaded. I think they might have won a ship that year. They had
who they had?
Okafor, Quinn Cook. Winslow.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, it was loaded that year. And actually, I think we might have went overtime or something like that. I just watched a clip from that game. It had popped up on my phone not too long ago. Solid game. I think I had like 12. Like 12. But no, it was good though, for sure. When we played there, I ain't play. I had hurt my knee. So I was definitely watching though. It was crazy.
Man. Because the gym ain't even that big. How many people at hold you think?
Maybe like 10.
10.
But everybody like right here on top of you. And when I did play there, like my junior year, it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it was crazy. Loud. Definitely loud, for sure.
So after your freshman year, you averaged almost 10 a game. did you feel like, you know, at the end of the year, did you feel like, okay, like, again, you laid down the foundation for yourself to, like, then keep improving?
Yeah, for sure. After that year, I think like halfway through that year or right at the end, I had linked up with one of our coaches. He was NBA like personnel guy with Chris Paul. His name Devin Johnson. I still talk to him to this day, like mostly every day. And I locked in the gym with him, just like recreated my whole game. I couldn't even lie, I wasn't really a shooter like that. I could shoot, but it was more like streaky, like, you know what I'm saying? But with him, like, kind of laid down everything and reconstructed my whole game. And ever since then, like, worked out every day, 2 times a day. Like, no matter what, I'm testing, like, yo, I ain't got class today. Like, let's get in the gym. He's like, all right, I come downstairs, like, blah, blah, work out, all that. So when I go to Texas A&M, like, that's when I'm with. Like, if he ever in Georgia, like, we working out wherever we at. Like, we can get a workout in, we working out for sure. Okay. Like, that's like my dude. Like a big brother for sure.
Okay. So what, that summer after your freshman year, you had what, a knee injury or what?
Yeah, I had tore my patella, like 75%.
Okay.
I was born with like some like soccer condition, like where the bone kind of grows into your tendon, and over time from all the running and lifting and all that, it kind of like cut into it. So
it was like, was it an initial injury, or was like it was painful wear and tear type of thing?
Oh, so it was kind of like, at first, you know, I just thought I had like the jumper's knee sore, so I kept working out or whatever, and then we had played practice or whatever. I went baseline, went up for a dunk, and my knee kind of like popped, but it felt good. I was like, okay, this is what I've been needing, like right here. Like, I just needed a little pop. So I was like, all right. So we kept playing, kept doing my thing, knee feeling amazing. So Buzz, I want to introduce y'all to somebody. So we sitting there listening to him talk for like 10 minutes. Like, all right, break up, y'all about to go play pickup now. So we like, all right, bet. Try to move, I can't even move my knee, my leg. I'm like, oh, knee swollen. He's like, what's wrong? He's just like, I don't know. They was like, you want to try to play pickup? And I was like, yeah, I'll try. Ran up one time down, it's a wrap.
Right.
Go in there, all right, next day go get an x-ray. Patella tendon, I was sick. Sick. Because that was like one of my biggest fears, like having a knee injury. I was like, bro, I can't do that. Like, I'd rather get shot in the leg or something before I do that. And I was like, not knowing that's probably like crazier or so like that. So I was just thinking though, like them knees, no sir. So when that happened, I was sick, bro.
So what was that like? How long was the recovery process for that? Because you didn't play your whole
I didn't play, but I could have came back. So it happened, I would say summer, right before, probably like a week or two before everybody went home. And I was ready again I was ready to play. I would say I could play, but not be fully me by January the 1st. So I think that half a year, and I just recovering like every day. That summer I woke up at 6 a.m. Everybody left, bro. I'm the only one on campus. 6 a.m. every morning, and rehab. And shout out to my boy Ernest, Eugene. He with Orlando right now, Magic. They trainer, but woke up at 6 a.m. and I'm mad at him, bro. I'm like, why I gotta wake up at 6? Like, ain't nobody here. Like, I could come in here at 12. Like, I can't walk in there. Like, they gotta come pick me up, bring me food. I'm just laying in the bed all day, bro, in the summer. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? So then, like, me and him was like rehabbing so much, bro. Like, me and him had to stop. I was like, I can't work with you no more. And he was like, I can't work with you. So they had to bring in another trainer.
Why, y'all was just so aggravated?
Yeah, I was mad at him and he was mad at me.
Damn.
But I couldn't have been mad, you know what I'm saying? He had his family and that's what he wanted to do most of it, you know, his kids. But I'm just like, bro, like, I gotta get up at 6, bro. Come on, bro.
Right. Because he wanted to get it out the way.
Yeah, he wanted to get out the way and maybe get another one in later. And I'm just like, bro, I could come at 12 and then again at 6. He's like, man, I want to be with my family. But I'm like, I understand that. But like, it's summertime, man.
Damn. So like, you know, okay, going through that, you know, just going through that injury, that rehab process, like, what kind of like different perspective or like did you gain, you know, for the game of basketball, or like, you know, how did your mindset shift just from like having that experience?
Oh yeah, that taught me a lot. I ain't gonna lie. It's more so to slow down the game because I just got to watch it like all day. Like sit there when they practice, when they play, and I just watch the game like from different perspectives. And then the injury just kind of showed me, how easily it can be taken away from you. And then how to just be grateful for, being healthy playing the game. Because there's a lot of people that have an injury and then they're never the same. They can never play again, like things like that. So it just definitely brought the more mature aspect out of it. And being with Buzz, it was definitely good because he understood and knew me. So it was just like when the knee injury happened and say I was ready by December, I feel like, if I tell a coach who want to just, be the basketball player, me to be the basketball player, he was all right, you can come play because you can help the team a lot, what I'm saying? But he was like, nah, I'm not going to play you. Like, I know you want to play, but nah, I'm not going to play you. Even though, we might not be doing good or we can use you, like, I'm not going to play you. I'm not going to risk that. So you're going to take this whole year off and come back next year ready, beyond ready. And I was like, and I took that as like, that's what I came here for. For you doing stuff like that for me. Even though I'm a kid, I want to play, but that would have took a year off already of my eligibility. And for what? To not even be the same.
And I think that's the biggest piece, and he probably understood that better than you, of course, was like, you're going to come back halfway through the year, be like 65, 75%, and then you lose that whole year. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't get that year back. So after you rehab that whole season, trained that whole summer, what was your expectations coming into that? Technically, what was it? Redshirt sophomore?
Redshirt sophomore year. To just put all their work on notice. And we scrimmage South Carolina every year. And that was like, I think when we scrimmaged them, it was, I don't want to say, I think I had like 20-some.
In
like high 20s, Just like, and it was just like, we were playing like different scenarios and everything, but like for me not to play, me not to play in a whole year, like that was kind of big for me because I took it, Like as MJ would say, I took it personal. What I'm saying? To come back, come back and show everybody. I was working with Dev all summer. He was the assistant coach, so it was just like, man, when you come in here, like, just show everybody we've been working on. And, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like Dev had a couple of people that would work out with him. I was like his main guy, but after that. And when I came back and hoop, everybody was like, all right, Dale, we need to get in the gym. And then I'm not Dale, like, I hit Dale like, yo, let's work out. He's like, man, I can't. I got it. Blah, blah, at this time. I was like, all right, what about this time? Which college want to work out with me at this time? I was like, oh, bro, like, y'all can't be out here slipping dude like that, man.
I feel you. So then, how was that year for you and then for the team?
It was good because I think when everybody came back, that was our third year being together. So it was just like, it's a different mentality. And we started winning. We had a couple of older guys who had red-shirted, freshmen who had done played 2 seasons, had 2 seasons on their belts. So it was just like, we was ready now. Like, we was ready to win. I think that year we went to the NIT. No, we went to the NCAA tournament.
Word. Would you guys, or how did you guys make it past
we lost in the first round.
To
Alabama. Colin Sexton.
Oh, damn.
No. We lost to Nebraska. They had
the dude we just played, Palmer. I think he went to Wisconsin. Or where did he go? Wisconsin or Nebraska? One of them schools.
No, we lost to Wisconsin, my fault. He went to Nebraska, but we lost to Wisconsin. That's when they had, I forgot bro's name. He was good. Naja. I don't know. Naja. I don't know. He was good, though. He was like a 3-4. He was good. He was like one of the, considered to be a player of the year candidate for college. But yeah, he was good.
Now, was that around the same time where you guys were getting more buzz? Virginia Tech was changing.
Because that was our first time going to the tournament in years. So it was just like, we kind of, I think that year we won maybe 10 ACC games. So we were going from first year we won 2 again. Then the second year we went to the NIT. I was hurt, and then the third year, 10 wins, going to the NCAA tournament. Then back again to the NCAA tournament, then back again. So it was just like,
damn.
Yeah.
Now, question. I heard. Now, did you know Alan Chaney? Alan Chaney. He went to VTech. Mike was telling me you know.
Okay. Yeah.
He went to he had like a heart issue.
Uh-huh.
He went to Florida. He started at Florida, transferred to VTech, and then had like the heart issue.
I heard his name, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, but I have heard of him.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Bet. Okay. So going into your redshirt junior is when is when. So what did you guys do that year?
We lost to Alabama.
Okay.
College Session.
Okay.
We lost to them in the first round.
Okay.
So we bounced in the first round both times.
Okay, damn.
So yeah, it was like, we getting here, but you know what I'm saying, we gotta do something. So.
Okay. Now where would you spend like most of your summers, like back at school training or back at the crib?
Yeah, so I would probably do a week and a half back at the crib, and then the rest I'm going back to Tech. I'm training. Like
and
Buzz.
Summer school?
Yeah, so I go ahead and do summer school, train, you know. We'll probably get like 2 weeks off. So like when I told you I was injured, I think we had like 2.5 weeks off that time. And I was waking up 6 a.m. for 2.5 weeks. It felt like the whole summer though, to be honest. Because I was just there by myself, like nobody in Blacksburg.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah,
now,
probably like a week and a half.
Now how did you prepare going into your last season at VTech? Or like, what was your mindset during that off season?
Oh man, it was crazy because I had already graduated. So
okay,
it was like, you graduated, all you got 1 more year to do is you just gonna take some bullshit classes or you gonna, work for something. So I was like, I'll get a master's, 1 year program, master's.
That's fire.
So I was like, basically what comes with that, he was like, basically you can do like the whole thing online. You probably have like 1 class you gotta go to a week. So I was like, all right, bet. So then all I thought about was, you get to work out.
Right.
So we'll go have practice. Everybody go get shower. I'm chilling. Let me get another workout in right quick, Dale.
Right.
Go to the crib, say we ain't got practice. Got practice in the evening. I wake up early in the morning, get a workout in, go to the crib, come back, get shots up, go to the crib, practice.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, like you just work this whole year, like work out and do whatever you can, because, you know what I'm saying, obviously everybody want to play at the highest level. We got scouts coming in every day, seeing different personnel we had on our team. And
so
I wasn't.
They would come to practice a lot, and obviously games like practice.
Yeah, so like scouts, agents, so it was just like, just work for something. Don't really focus on it. It's gonna happen, but all the work will pay off. So I just was trying to put the work in.
So now what type of feedback were you getting from NBA personnel or from your trainer, like at the time, like to make that next jump to the NBA?
Just be consistent. Like we would talk about it all the time. We'll look at numbers. We'll watch film. I wasn't really on anybody's radar until kind of like halfway throughout the year. I just kind of turned up my game. I think we played Purdue, Carson Edwards them in a Charleston Classic, and I had a phenomenal game. And from then on, like, you know what I'm saying, I got a little buzz telling me some agents wanted to contact me, blah, blah. So I probably knew I wasn't going to get drafted. And I didn't know that when I was playing for that. But at the end of the year, I kind of knew it. So I was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to outwork anybody I get in a workout with. That's my thing, like go to a workout and just prove yourself. So.
Now what was like, that last year, who was your toughest matchup to guard, would you say? Or maybe the toughest assignment that the team had in general?
My last year, the toughest matchup, the Duke boys always was. So, they had RJ, Zion, Cam. That was good.
Who was you matched up with on that?
RJ or Zion.
Okay. Zion?
Yeah.
You had to guard Zion.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah.
So what was your most memorable game at VTech, would you say?
Other than the Duke game, I would probably say that March run, or the ACC against Florida State. But that March run for the March Madness was crazy because we won 2 games out on the West Coast in Cali, and it just the vibe out there was crazy.
Yeah.
So it was just like love. And then when we came back in Maryland and DC and we played Duke, it was crazy too there. So that whole March was crazy.
That's dope, man. Now talk about the process of because only a select few people know about getting selected to the tournament, then playing in the tournament. Talk about the travel. I know ain't nobody doing schoolwork during that time, so you know what I mean? So what is it? God, I never been to any tournament. So
Yeah.
what was that like? What was the lifestyle like at that, that March run or?
So you'll have your little watch party in the gym.
Okay.
Students going crazy,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You get your introductions and with all that. So that's just always a vibe. And then when you fly, you know what I'm saying? You fly in them big boy planes,
Yeah.
dolo, you know what I'm saying? You get fed, nice hotels, fans, all in your hotel. That's cool, though, to be honest.
Ain't no schoolwork being done.
We had some academic meetings, yeah. People have to do some schoolwork, but not too crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your teacher might let you slide depending on what you're doing,
For sure.
or she'll let you make it up for later. So
For sure. Okay, so I know y'all had a really good, like you said, a really good tournament run last year. What teams did you beat, and then who eventually did you lose to?
we beat St. Louis. That was a good team.
That's tough, yeah.
That was tough. That was tough that year. Beat them. I think, and then we beat Radford.
Okay.
No, not Radford. Liberty.
Okay.
Liberty was good. And then we beat.
So
we lost to Duke.
What is it like? Because obviously VTech high major, Liberty is low major.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and you can't underestimate anybody because it's one game.
In one game, you're in the tournament. Yeah.
So of course, if you guys scrimmage them in the preseason or you guys played in the regular season, you probably smack them.
And we did scrimmage them. That was crazy.
Okay.
We did. We scrimmaged them.
So
we played them early in the year,
Okay.
one of the first games.
So what's the difference of
I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I felt like I had a lot of pressure.
Okay.
I felt like as a team, we knew it was a lot of pressure because we knew they was a good team. But it was all right, this is the second round. You know what I'm saying? We just watched them upset somebody.
Okay.
So it's you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get upset. So it's we got to come out and play.
Yeah.
And then the first half, it was close game. I think we was up by 2 or down by 2 or something like that. I don't know. It was crazy though. And it was bro, I remember my boy Devin, mentor, coming up to me we need energy. We need you to have some energy. And I used to always have energy, but it was kind of a different energy that he was talking about. It was it was a kind of energy I picked up in the ACC tournament where it was I'm yelling, I'm talking shit, just making noise, pumping everybody up, cussing at everybody, yelling at the crowd type of thing. It's not energy, clapping, you know what I'm saying, high-fiving. It was like a dog energy.
Okay,
so it was I was okay, I can do that.
Right.
And then, but not knowing that energy brings the best out of me. So when I did that, I not only helped them, I turned up as well. So whenever I turn up, then they seeing that, they all right, we just got the energy in the second half. It was crazy.
Word. Okay. And now that makes sense because you be tapping into that now.
Yeah. So sometimes I tap into it now. I need to get into it more, but I don't know. When we played Duke, I had crazy energy. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing in the game, killing it, and then the layup, when I missed the layup, it was
Wait. You gotta talk us through. We can't go right to the layup. You gotta talk us through the game.
Oh, all right. So I'll say Liberty game, like it was like just crazy. I was
Uh-huh.
killing the energy. So
then you matched up against Duke, and it's
so
like.
that's what to do, and it was like he don't even need to tell me. I was like, all right, the
But
energy
did you
there.
guys beat them in the
We
year?
beat them at the crib.
Okay, you
Yeah.
beat. So you guys split.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we played them once.
Oh,
Beat
you
them
only
at our
played them
crib.
once? Okay, bet,
So
bet.
we,
Okay,
I
you're
think
right.
we played them like 3 weeks before that.
Okay.
Beat
you
them at the
won.
crib. Yeah. So it was like,
Oh,
all
shit,
right.
Okay.
So we like, all right, bet. So like, let's play. So I was like, the energy crazy.
Uh-huh.
Cause I think
Atmosphere
Michigan,
crazy.
Michigan State had just played somebody big, and we was in the DC arena, sold out. I'm like, man, this is stupid. Like our fans there, cause we were out the street. You know, Duke fans travel everywhere. So like a section, green section, maroon section, Duke section, and another section, cause everybody want to see. You know what I'm saying? Duke play. Everybody want to see Zion, so nobody ain't leaving. So
Oh,
it sold
that's
out.
True. Damn.
So bro came out killing,
Uh-huh.
like turn energy going crazy. I'm yelling like.
And the game back and forth was a close game.
Yeah, close game.
Okay.
Close
'Cause
game.
I don't remember. I just seen the play.
Yeah, no, our close game killing. And then I think the second half I think we was up actually. Second half they kind of got back in the game, made a whole bunch of plays, got some whole bunch of stops. So they, you know what I'm saying, the game in reach though the whole time. Like it's back and forth game. And I don't know, we drop a play, Jamie drop a play, and we ran the
You
play.
guys down 1 or up 1?
We down 2.
We down 2. Okay, bet.
So we like, all right.
How much time? Because you guys baseline out of
Like
bounds.
point.
Oh, point something.
I felt like 1 point something. It was short.
Okay.
It was real short.
Okay.
It was real. Yeah, it was like point, maybe like 0.6, something like that. 0.8. I don't know. It was real short though. We had went for it. We shot a 3 before that. Didn't get it. Got a rebound. Something happened. Shot another one. Missed. Out on them. So it was under the baseline. We ran this play multiple times, bro. Like, and I done scored on it multiple times. I even done dunked a couple of times. So I'm just like, all right.
So there was a timeout. They drew up the play, and y'all like, okay, bet.
we already know it. Like we know
Okay,
this
yeah,
play.
yeah.
Like they gonna be sleep on it. But we run it all the time.
Okay.
Like literally, it's just like they split. Something happened. I'm under the goal. I run out like I'm about to go baseline. I just curl the big, go up for the lob.
All right.
They ran it multiple times, bro. So I'm like, all right, this finna be light.
All right.
So
It's about to be for game too, or overtime.
overtime. We're gonna force overtime.
Bet.
And we're gonna play it from there. Ran the play, boom. I done split. And right before that, he had them block some shit stupid. They ain't called goal 10. Yeah, block some shit stupid. And I'm like, all right, so and I'm just thinking in my head, like, if I get it, I'm gonna have to lay it quick. I'm gonna have to be like, get it out my hands quick, because I don't want to catch it.
Right.
And like just hold it in the air for a long time, because you got a quick jump, you gonna block
yeah.
it. So I'm like, all right, so get it, hit it quick. So boom, snap it, boom, go running. I done curled him. I see he done got
And
caught
he
up.
guarding you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see he got caught up, so I'm like, oh, it's there.
All right.
Ball come. I'm like, oh, I'm a little late on it. I could have jumped off 1, I would have caught it and been right there, but I jumped off 2, so it slowed me down a little bit. I had to catch it. And I ain't want to catch it and try to just lay like that.
Right.
So I just tried to tip it, literally tip it in. And it was like, my momentum was going this way, so if I had to tip, I had to tip it more back.
Okay.
But I just tipped it straight, so it just hit off that side backboard, came off, and I'm like,
Right.
So then
So I watched that play. I know you watched it a bunch
I
of
was
times.
sick.
But I watched it at least 10 times.
Yeah, I was sick.
I'm like, damn.
I was sick. I was so sick. And I think that from there on, like, I play with the energy, like you said. Like, I tap into it sometimes, but I think most of the time, because ever since then, that play, like, you know what I'm saying, you going to have your fans and everybody commenting. And I ain't shy away from it. I read all of them. Like, they're popping up to my phone crazy, bro. Like, going crazy. I'm like, so it's like, that's what you get for being arrogant. So I was thinking, like, is my energy arrogant or is it energy? So then I just start thinking about like the things I do is it's more like arrogancy, and that's the reason why, like, you know what I'm saying, that happened, because that was probably the easiest lay I done ever had, and I ain't never tricked nothing like that before. So I'm just like, dang. So that's why I kind of play with that energy, but it's kind of like not as to the extent as it was. So yeah, so then from there on, like I kind of kept it, kind of played, went to Portsmouth, kind of
So
had the same energy.
Did you now like that's I feel like that's very important, man, what you said, because it's like, you know, like, okay, something at the end of the day it's hoops. So it's like, of course, and we love the game, so like it means a lot to us, but like it's gonna teach us lessons. You know, I feel like the game of basketball teaches life lessons.
Yeah, facts.
But like, you know, and you really, you know, and every, you know, I've been through it too, but like you really don't want like one moment like taking away like your, you know, like you said, like that energy that got you to where you are now. You know what I'm saying? So like, and like you said, you didn't shy away from it, but like, did you allow that one play to like, you know, like dictate your career or like follow you in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, like even what you said with an injury, somebody can never be the same. But like that's like a mental block in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So like, do you still carry that with you, or like how did you like ultimately grow from that situation? Because that's tough, bro.
It
like
was tough.
Like how old are you at the time?
22 maybe.
And like for the most part, a lot of 22-year-olds don't go through adversity like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's essentially like, in our world, our whole world crumbling. You know what I'm saying? Like our whole city behind us, whole Virginia Tech is behind you. Like you got everything on your back, and it's just like a simple layup. But it's like, it's not that simple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in the grand scheme of things, like for me, it's not that simple. So like, that's just a lot. That's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a 22-year-old.
It was heavy.
You know what I'm saying? To then like upset, or not even upset people, just disappoint people in their point of view. But like in your point of view, you're already a success. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm just trying. I don't even know what question to ask you, but like that's what I'm thinking about, man. Is like how did you bounce back, and like did you allow it to like fuck with you in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Or do you still allow it to fuck with you in a sense? You know what I'm saying? Because I know I carry shit. Like, I missed free throws this year. So now sometimes I'll be going to the free throw line and it's like, fuck, like, I let my team down once already. I ain't trying to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get your experience so I can learn better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I would say when it happened, you know, it was super heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the locker room didn't even know what to say. Like, my boys, like, locker room was quiet. Where I'm in the shower crying. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Because I'm sick. Like, I didn't even let that happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the energy I gave to the game is like, you did everything you could. And like, you know what I'm saying? If you go to a game and you don't feel like, you know, you gave your 100% all, then, you know what I'm saying, it's like, all right, like, it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to get ready to go try to play professional. I don't give a fuck. But me, I'm like, bro, I just gave, like, literally all the energy I had into this game. Like, I ain't got nothing left. And for that to happen, I'm like, fuck, bro. So, come out, we just prayed. Buzz prayed over all the seniors, dapped up. So I'm just like, fuck. And it did hold a little weight on me for a little second, but then I never forget, we was in Brooklyn. I was playing Summer League, and from there on, I'm trying to get it, you know, it's kind of going out my mind. I'm like, whatever, it happened, it happened. Dudes will still talk about it or whatever, like if I be on the team, like, did you miss that layup? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like blah, blah. So Summer League happened, ball go out of bounds under the baseline. And we in practice.
Flashback.
He was like, coach brought us in. And like, I'm doing good in Summer League. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. So coach was like, he was like, you ain't gonna run away from it.
Oh shit, really?
That's the first thing he said, and I'm like,
damn.
And I was like, I already
kind of. Did you know this coach really?
Or I kind of knew him because I was there for the summer, but not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't never talk about it. None of us never talked about it. Like, I think when I had my interview in Portsmouth, some of the guys, like some of the NBA scouts, like asked me, like, you know what I'm saying, what happened on the play, like all of that. But other than that, like, I ain't really talk about it. So,
damn.
So he was like, you ain't gonna run away from it.
Wow.
We're gonna run on the same side. So I'm like, so I ain't gonna lie, in practice I'm nervous. Cause I'm like, that shit scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, all right, we about to run it. Like, you got it, man. I just kind of like prep myself up for it. Ran it, and it wasn't in the lob this time. He bounced it, and I was going for the lob, but caught it as I was going and still like kind of like finished it through like bigs. So I'm like, and then I ain't gonna lie, like he dapped me, he stopped practice like that. I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, like
that's what I needed.
Yeah, that's what I needed. So from then on, like, you know, I play, but you know, I still think about it whenever March Madness or something happened, or like something happened with like Hokies, like it'll happen. But like, I think I was the other day they was talking about how the Hokies went to the dance and they lost in the first round, and then there was like, you know, fans are gonna say whatever they want to on, you know, social media or whatever. But it was like, he said it was like it's embarrassing or something like that. They was like, how is going to the dance ever been embarrassing? Like, you know how hard that is? One dude was like, but missing a wide open layup is like blah blah. So just like, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna be hearing that forever. But it's whatever. I grown from it. You know, I don't shy away from it. I know it happened. If it would have been a different outcome, you know what I'm saying, life would have probably been different. Who would even know? It probably would have been the same. So, you know, I can't dwell on it. It's the past.
Nah, that's huge, man. I feel like, you know, even when, like, say you're 40, 50 years old, you're going to look back on it and be like, how much you've grown from that situation, or how much you needed it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be shit that happened in life that's like life shit. You know what I'm saying? Not life or death, but like maybe real consequences or real adversity. Like, this is just a game we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to prepare you for a
definitely
different
grown
situation.
from it. Definitely grown from it a lot, honestly.
Man, yeah, that's powerful, bro. But so post college, what was your process like, you know, signing with an agent?
My agent now currently Steve. Steve was coming to a lot of games. Him and Buzz had like this connection. You know what I'm saying? He had some of Buzz's old players in the past that he was representing for the NBA and things like that. So he would always come around, and you know, we had a sophomore on our team that was in the first round. Nikhil. So, you know, a lot of people would come see him and things like that. So Steve was coming to see him a lot, and as Steve kept coming, you know what I'm saying, I just kept getting bigger and bigger, you know, throughout the college year of how I was playing, you know, things like that, show him I can, you know, play. So ended up catching his eye, and he really liked me. So I had between him and another agent that me and my mentor there sat down and, you know, discussed with and talked with. So it was pretty good. I took Steve, felt more comfortable. He was comfortable with Buzz them. So, you know what I'm saying? He kind of been around a lot. So I feel more comfortable with guys who, you know, done been there, you know, seen me, even though I wasn't his first on the radar, but he seen how I worked, seen what I needed to do, and he seen me grow. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying, you been coming here for 4 years, and you kind of know what I need, and I feel like you can help me. So, and then, you know, you also got a great relationship with my mentors. So, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing bad gonna come out of that situation, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you gonna always have that relationship with them. So it's gonna look out for me.
And again, man, like, another very tough decision.
Yeah, very tough decision.
Like, another great, like, because this, like, an agent is, like, essentially can project your career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I've been through already maybe 4 agents. 4 agents. And it's like, the first dude I went with because, like, he was going to provide me, like, you know, like, pretty much he would pay for, like, my rent at the time through those 3-4 months.
Yeah.
He would pay for my rent, the car I needed, any travel, food, because I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, and that's the support I needed. But, like, he didn't end up being a good, like, agent for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's just tricky, man. Like, that agent process is hard because, like, at the end of the day, they're lawyers.
Yeah.
So, like, they know how to speak. They know what a 21, 20, 22-year-old kid wants to hear.
Yeah.
So it's tough, man.
Yeah.
But where did you train mostly at for, like, your pre-draft?
So I was at Tech training, and then my agent Steve from Maryland, so he brought me out there. I trained with one of his guys.
Was there anybody else training with you, or just?
Nah, just me.
You?
So I went there, I played I was training at Maryland for a little minute, like at the gym. Then I played pickup with some of them guys. And then other than that, just me and him in the gym. And I ain't gonna lie, man, he had some shit.
Right.
AJ know him. That was one of AJ boys. So yeah, man, definitely. He definitely got me right. I ain't gonna lie, I used to dread like going to work like, damn, bro, he about to kill me. But in the end, it was fire though, cause I left from Maryland and we had Portsmouth.
Okay, so you got invited to Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I drove from Maryland to Portsmouth like a day before, working out, drove there, and ended up, you know, helping my career. I think so. To be honest, like, I went in there and played, bro. I think the first game, like maybe like 20 something off the dribbles, shot was falling, midi, all that. So it was just in the bag. And then after that, it's just like my career was kind of good. I'm kind of helping myself in the right direction. And that's what it was.
Now, so you had a good good session at Portsmouth.
And I trained with Buzz them too.
Okay.
I had went to, I had left and went to Texas A&M, so I was out there at first, training with them.
And Portsmouth, because I went to Portsmouth as well, but like, just for the people that may not know, Portsmouth is like a invite only. Is it top what? It's for seniors, right? Only seniors.
Only seniors.
Top
only
like
seniors
what?
in the
Maybe how many people get invited? I forget. And not maybe like.
Maybe not even like a lot, to be honest.
Because there's only maybe like 6 teams, 8 teams maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like six teams.
Yeah.
6 teams. Probably like maybe 100 if that.
Right. Yeah. Not even maybe.
Not even.
I don't even think so. So you had a few meetings at Portsmouth with NBA personnel.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what workouts did you have with the NBA teams?
I think I ended up having like 14 workouts.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was like some of it was back to back, different cities, West Coast, East Coast. But I ended up having like 14 workouts.
And what was that experience like? You was like, damn, like okay, like, cause for me, I'm like,
I was nervous.
Right.
Cause like me, I'm trying to, like if I went back now, I feel like I'd just be more me. But when I'm going in there, it's like basically like a job interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to please them. I'm trying to tell them, what they want to hear, cause I'm trying to hear, you know what I'm saying, what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go in there a little too tight, and but you don't want to go in there too loose, cause you're saying you got other dudes in there doing their thing, and it's just a lot about just being you. I feel like I should have been more me in those like workouts, in those meetings, instead of trying to please other guys, please other people. I felt like if I was me, it would just have been what it is. But I was kind of going in there, kind of trying to fit a certain style or fit it, like what they needed at the time, or like what they wanted me to do, instead of just being me. You know what I felt like.
Now, what would you say was your best workout?
Best workout was either Charlotte, Brooklyn, or the Cavs workout was good.
And it's like, so like even when I think of course competing was like the best part. Like I was going up against like Dante Exum was there a lot, Shabazz Napier, Russ Smith, and I had like a lot of West Coast workouts, so like Sacramento, Dallas, Houston. I did the Lakers 3 times, the Clippers 2 times.
I had a good Lakers workout too.
But I feel like the best part was just like being in the locker room, of course, like, just being a part of that. You feel like, okay, I'm here now, like that NBA lifestyle, like, getting your per diem, like first time getting per diem for the at least for you get your little stipend for the workout, but then like the per diem for summer league was crazy.
Yeah. Thanks.
So what was like? So Brooklyn, Cavs, Charlotte, and then the draft comes around. You don't hear your name. Was there like any buzz or like?
Like my boys and like family was, like expecting something. And I was kind of knew, me and my agent had already talked, and I was like, we're just gonna watch the draft and see what's happening after. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna enjoy it, see what happened after. I ain't have like no watch party. A couple of my homies came and watched it with me, but other than that, like I wasn't expecting much.
Right.
So.
And then how soon after did you like get the Brooklyn Nets Summer League invite?
Probably like the day after.
Right.
The day after they called and was like, we want to invite them to Summer League. And I went up there and took it personal, as MJ would say.
Yeah.
Worked out. It definitely was different being living in New York for that little second. They're living in Brooklyn for that little second. And just working out. That's all it was, really.
Right.
I ain't even go nowhere.
Right.
Probably when I got my hair did like once, but other than that, man, I was just in the hotel, workout.
Right.
And I think that paid off for me because I had a great summer league. So.
Now, did you guys play in the Vegas one or?
Vegas one.
Okay.
Yeah, playing in the Vegas one.
Okay. Now, what other like, who was like, like your competition within the team to like get like to be starting or to get like a potential job or you know what I mean?
Yeah, they had a couple of old guys that they had already had. They had like Theo on there. They had Jared Allen was playing.
Okay.
They had drafted Nicholas Claxton.
Okay.
They had what's the guard out of UCLA? That was good.
Guard.
Jalen Hands.
Oh, okay. Oh, they
he
drafted
was like,
him.
yeah, they drafted him.
Okay.
We had a couple of guys. Mike Moore was on there.
Okay, yeah, Mike was with you.
Yeah, so they had a couple of guys, and my thing was just come in there and just kind of be like a little dog,
Right.
just 3-and-D guy, try to bring energy. So when I got there, I was just working out, trying to do my best, and when the game came, I was just picking up full. We had Josh Gray, he was our point.
Okay.
So we had some older guys, and
Okay.
I came in there and just, picked up full, brought energy, shot open shots, and got out of transition. And that was all I did. And it was great for me, great for the team. That's what we needed. So.
So after okay, summer league finishes, what were your initial options after summer league? Did you have any like European options, or you was just obviously you set on making it to the league?
So I just was like set on what's next for the league. Brooklyn called me back, and they wanted me. That had just traded for KD.
Oh, okay,
and got that deal. So it was like, we want you to come out to Cali. You know what I'm saying, to work out with us, and we're going to evaluate you again. And, me and my agent was just like, what I'm saying, what more do you want? I did great in Vegas. Like, so I was just sitting at the house for that moment, what I'm saying, I ain't really getting paid like that. And Charlotte was right up the street. So my agent was like, man, just go to Charlotte, go there and get some workouts in, stay in shape, run with them guys. They got like training camp. Go up there. A lot of older veterans, guys who already played in the league, going up there to work out, things like that. So I drove up there. Actually, I got a ride up there, got dropped off, and working out, killing it, doing my thing, bringing energy, 3-and-D. So left. It was like, man, we want you to come back next week. Came back next week, improved, showed them. Like, dang. So it was like, all right, well, we want to sign you to a two-way. So then agent was like, you know what I'm saying, you can either do that or go to Brooklyn. So I just was like, man, I'll just stay here and work out. So
now for the people that may not know, what's a two-way?
Two-way is like when you're on the G-League and you're on the NBA roster, you got half of your games in the G and half of your games on the NBA roster. You got half of your days, so you get like 50 days, I think, 50 and 50.
Okay.
So.
And how many days were you?
Well, I had signed my deal in the summer.
Okay.
So it was like I had to kind of wait till the season started. So when I signed mine, I kind of signed it too early. In my opinion, signed it too early.
So you should, looking back, you should have what?
I mean, I couldn't wait because, you know what I'm saying, it's a business. But I was blessed to get it because it still helped me out, you know what I'm saying, to this day.
For sure.
With jobs and things like that. But if it was for me, I think the right time would have been towards the season, like time the season kicked off. I think that would have been the perfect time for me.
Okay. Now, like once they offered you to say two-way, were you like,
Oh
damn,
yeah.
like dream come true type of thing? Like,
Yeah. Cause I was like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I just working my ass off, went undrafted, went to summer league, did that, didn't get nothing. Now I'm back at the crib. Everybody asking me, what you doing, bro? What you doing? And like that shit gets so annoying, bro. Like,
oh yeah, for sure, terrible.
so I'm just like at the crib, working out. People asking me that, so now I'm going up the street, an hour and a half up the street, working out for them. And then I get that and just like, man, you know what I'm saying? You working out, like work pays off type. So.
Right. Now, what was like? Okay, so first question was you like, okay, after you get the two-way, that means like you're more the you're a focal point on the team, like you're one of the more important players that has to get playing time, or
Yeah, in the G. For sure.
Okay. Now, like, what was your first like exposure to like, okay, this is a business? Like, what was that first lesson for you? Like, where things are out of your control, you may be playing well, you think, okay, everything's good on my end, but like, okay, it's a business, so this has to happen this way. What was that first lesson for you?
And I think I just say when I got waived from the two-way, it was just more so like.
How long was it before you got waived?
I was on it for like most of the summer, and then after the preseasons happened, and then the season was about to get ready to kick off, they came to me and said, you know, they had a lot of guards already, and they was looking for more playmaking. So, you know, I can't really say none of that. So I was like, okay.
And they sit you down.
They sit me down, brought me in the meeting, and then they asked me did I want to go just play in AG, and I said I let them know I talked with my agent, and then me and my agent decided it'd be better if I just went into the player pool, and I went to the player pool, and the Suns picked me up at number 1 for like any wave players or players like new coming in for the G-League. So went there and everything worked out for me.
Okay. Now what's like the, because a lot of, or sometimes at least the reputation of it being the G-League is like everyone's like, for themselves. Everybody's just trying to prove to get to the next level, like coaches, refs, everybody.
Yeah.
So like, did you feel that? Did you feel that vibe, or like where it's like a selfish type of vibe, or like nah?
Nah, it's just more. I wouldn't say selfish, but it's definitely a survival for sure. Because you know what I'm saying, you are in there playing for the next level. Every team probably is an hour outside of the NBA arena or even closer. So it's like, scouts coming every day. You know what I'm saying? GMs may come to the game, check their players out. So it's just like, you out there fighting, trying to play, and you trying to show everybody you can score, you trying to show everybody you can play defense, and you can make plays, really. So it's kind of just that. It's like more of I got this opportunity, so I'm about to show. If I get the ball, it's an opportunity.
Okay.
If I don't got the ball, how can I show you anything? So it's just kind of like that.
Damn. Okay. Now, what was like? Was this like this style of play like similar to the NBA, like up and down, threes, dunks?
Up and down, fast. Aggressive.
Okay.
Definitely showtimes.
Okay.
All of that.
Okay. Now, how many games are in a season in the G League?
I think like 40 to 60.
Okay.
To be honest, somewhere around there. It's a lot of games.
Now, like, how was that transition? Going to a different G League team. Like, were you immediately given a role, or did you have to like? I know you signed a two-way before, so like, were you kind of ahead of other guys, or like, did you have to, work your way from the bottom?
Yeah, I think that I was a little ahead of kind of other guys, but I also had to work from the bottom. I came in, I had watched, I think, their first game, the Suns' first game, they G-League, their first game, and I think I came in the next day and practiced with them a couple of times, and then I ended up getting to the game, and I think first game I had maybe 18.
Oh, damn, okay.
So it was, after that, just kind of like a little roll for a little minute.
Okay. And then that year you finished the season there?
Yeah, I finished the season. That's when COVID had hit.
Oh, okay.
So COVID hit.
And then everything
Everything kind
was
of just
done.
stopped. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is around the time where you had your second daughter. Or
It was a little later. This was maybe like it was after the second G-League season with the Swarm.
okay.
Yeah.
So before that, you had COVID happened.
COVID happened, so I was in Arizona, stuck out there for maybe like 2 weeks. When COVID had hit, I was stuck out there. So then, cause I didn't want to travel on the plane, you know what I'm saying? How everybody was talking, dying. I was like, nah, I'm about to sit right here. Yo, I ain't going nowhere. I'm always in Arizona. I gotta fly back to Georgia. Like, ain't no way.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm just sitting here chilling in Arizona, enjoying this sun.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up going back home, and then working out. Things don't know when they're gonna pick back up with the G.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're gonna have a G-League bubble. So I'm like, all right. So
and that's used with the Swarm for the G-League bubble.
yeah.
Okay.
So I ended up going to the Swarm, and then playing. And I was there, but I wasn't fully there due to my mom's passing. So it was kind of like hard.
So when did your mom pass away?
She passed that August after
Before
COVID hit.
After COVID?
It was COVID hit in like March.
Right.
So then she passed like that August.
Okay.
So then the bubble happened like September, October. So the bubble happened like that March the next year. But from August till like December-ish, I wasn't even like really hooping. Like I was just like, man, I'm chilling.
Man.
Like,
and I don't want to get into it too much, but like, just like, how are you, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you able to, just persevere? Like, who did you lean on? Like, how did you, like, what were the thoughts going through your head? Like, and like, what were like your escapes?
It was hard because she was the reason why I even like really played the game. You know what I'm saying? The way I did. Anyway, I always wanted to provide for her. You know what I'm saying? You always, when you hooping as a young kid, especially growing up with a single mom, you always want to give them everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to basically hoop for her, show her things that, you know what I'm saying, I'm flying around. I want her to feel that same way. So when that happened, it was kind of like, dang.
Was it like, it just happened, or was like?
Nah, yeah, it just happened.
Okay.
So it was just like, dang, like, it's like, dang, like.
And you weren't there at the time.
No, it was crazy. It was, I was in the house, and I was like, she was like, I'm about to go to the store. It was like a crazy event, cause like she loved egg sandwiches. I love egg sandwiches. I love them. So she would just always like make one for me before I go to school. Like if you ask any of my homeboys, like I get to school sometimes I have an egg sandwich, like double
eggs
and aluminum foil. Nah, like
fried eggs.
Fried, yeah. So she like I have it. My boys like, man, you ain't gonna eat that. Like let me get that. And like one time I get it to her, and the other time like, boy, you crazy. I'm about to eat that egg sandwich, boy. So I get it because she'll drop me off at school or whatever. So I'm just like, bro. So she walked in, I'm asleep. Like I just finished working out, I think, I'm asleep. She was like, man, I made an egg sandwich, but I ain't gonna eat it all. You want half of it? And I'm like, well, like you ain't never did that before. I'm like, okay, like give me half. So she ended up coming back. We both sitting down eating it. She was like, I'm about to go to the store for a little minute. And I'm asleep, like watching TV. I'm like, all right. She's like, I'm about to, cause she like playing like slot machines. She's like, I'm about to go to the store. And I'm like, all right. Like, she's like, when you come back, she's like, I'll be back in like an hour or two. I'm like, all right. Like, bet. She's like, I'll be back soon. I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. So I'm like, fall back asleep, get a call, I'm asleep, I ain't answer it. Get another call, I'm answering it, her phone, like, hello. It was like, no, she called me, she was like, you still asleep? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I'm about to get ready to come home. I'm out here losing my money, like, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So hang up. And then I get another call. I fall back asleep, get another call. And just like, can you come up to the store? It's not her. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, boom, got in the car. And the store, like, literally, like we saying, like, this apartment complex. And the store literally, like, right here. Like, if you want to drive to get to the main road, the store right here. Like, you come in the main road, the store, and then you drive, and then you go through the gates, go to the apartment complex. Okay. So she literally, like, I could run there, like, walk there or whatever. So get in the car, drive over there, and she just on the ground, like literally, like you know how we was talking about the other day, like some people just go into shock and like don't know what to do, or like some people like be outstanding and like try to do something. I literally like was frozen, bro. I couldn't like do nothing. I'm just sitting there like, and I'm seeing the people like pump her chest, and I'm just like people talking to me, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just locked in, I'm like what, like confused, and then put in the ambulance to go, and I was like, damn, like that was crazy, and like that whole day was just weird, like very quick, and then it was like storming outside. It was sunny when I pulled up. I go back outside, it's like raining, like thunderstorming, like could barely see the road when I'm following the ambulance. I'm like, bro, like, and then after that, when I come back out the hospital, like it's some rain gone. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I was like done with basketball for a little second, bro. I was like, kicked it with my homies.
Right.
I wasn't really working out. I wasn't doing nothing. And then my agent and my point guard at Virginia Tech called me. He was like, man, you want to come up here? Because like him and my mom and like their family was good. He had R.I.P. to his pops. He had lost his pops like not too long ago before that, and I was always there for him. Right. So like me and him real close. And then when I lost my mom, it was just like, man, you want to come up here and stay with me for a little minute? Stay with me. So I'm like, all right. So I went up there to D.C., stayed with him for a little second. We slowly got back into it, like working out. Like I wasn't working out for nothing. So then I went with my agent and was working out with him. And then that's when I kind of like started back. I was like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of missed it, but I kind of needed that time off to just reflect and like know what I really want to do and like just to get clarity on it. So I think that's what it really was for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing, man.
Nah, no problem.
That's powerful, man. And then, wow. So like, one last question. Did you think, like, looking back, like, did you think your mom was aware that like anything was gonna happen, or like, did you think like she had any like sense of what was gonna happen, or it just was like super sporadic?
I don't know. I think like one time she told me like she wasn't feeling good. So like, you know what I'm saying, how my family was, we was always like, you know what I'm saying, we ain't really gonna go to, like, I took her to a doctor, but it was like more so like we gonna take some medicine, like we gonna thug it out, we always be good. We gonna take some medicine, like do what we gotta do. So I give her the medicine, I took her to like a med now, told me everything was gonna be fine. So I'm like, okay, they gave her some pills, and then she was cool. And then I think like 3 days later, she had a heart attack, and I was like, dang.
Wow.
But so yeah, like me, like I was going through the whole thing, like where, you know what I'm saying, I should have just took her to the emergency room, or like, should I have done things differently?
Right,
should I have done that? Like I could have maybe prevented it, like maybe where she could have saw her other 2 children, you know what I'm saying, they could have came in, like maybe they would have slowed the process down, or maybe helped it, like who knows. So it was just like I was weighing all that on me. Like we're seeing my brothers them, like I was just taking all that on me. So it was just like, it was a tough time for me. So I was really lost.
You were the only one staying with her.
Yeah, so I was really lost. So I was just like, dang.
Right.
So it was tough.
Man. Again, bro, thank you for sharing, man.
For sure.
So then, to transition, that was when you went to the G-League bubble?
Yep, so I ended up getting a call. So I started back working out like that December. Getting a call, told me G-League bubble gonna start. So I'm like, all right. So back working out for it, really playing catch up, because you know what I'm saying, I ain't worked out in months, doing anything in months. So I'm just trying to load everything up I got, you know, trying to work out as much as I can, and end up going to the bubble. And it was tough because I was also like, you know what I'm saying, locked into this room the whole time, and also still dealing with that.
Orlando, or where was it? Okay.
So also still dealing with that.
Man.
So it was like, I'm all alone, which I don't really want to be alone, because like I went alone at the crib. My boys like made sure always somebody was with me. So I was alone, you know, just thinking too much, thinking about that, and then trying to go out there and play, perform at a high level when I ain't even been working out as much, and we don't get to, like, it ain't like we working out in the bubble. It's like literally you playing, then you just chilling. I can't go into the gym, get shots up to ease my mind. Like, we'll practice, but we don't get no extra time to just go in there and work on my craft, like get back sharp. So it was a difficult process for me. And yeah.
So like, did you guys finish well in the bubble, or?
Nah, I don't think we did. I think we finished like maybe like 7th.
Okay.
7, 6, 7.
Okay.
Yeah, not too good.
And then after that, like, what, 2-3 months after that, then you sign in.
Yep. So after that, went to the crib, and I told myself, you know, I'm gonna play, do this for my mom. So start back locking in, you know, working out crazy. And then I got a call, my agent saying, you know, you can go hoop in Canada for the summer, you know, earn some money. So I'm like, all right, bet. Go out there, and that's when I'll say I fell back in love with just hooping. Yeah, I wouldn't say fall in love, but I felt more like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting back to me slowly. Not as much as I was, but I'm like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? You doing your thing. Like, you getting your confidence back. You back happy playing. You're doing it for a purpose now. So I'm like, all right, boom. So then.
You was killing out there. You averaged like 17?
Yeah. Started out slow and then picked up.
You made all league or something like that?
Yeah. So it was cool. It definitely fun.
Now, how was it? What was it like? Was it still a lot of restrictions being in Canada? Like, how was it?
Yeah, they were still on lockdown.
Okay.
I think they was on like, when I got out there, it was stage 1. And then when I left, it was probably like stage 4.
Okay.
I think they just uplifted they like mask protocol and stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, so when did that season finish? Because it was the summertime, so like when did it?
Yeah, I think like August maybe.
August. Okay. And then you were at the crib for a little bit.
Yep. August, May. So I was at the crib training. Had my daughter right before I went out there to Canada.
Okay. Second daughter.
Yep.
Okay.
So right before I went out there to Canada, so hooping out there, you know, missing the little one.
Yeah.
So then when I got out, went out there to see her, you know, back training, back at the crib, you know, just being a dad too. So doing that for about 3-4 months, maybe 3, 4, 5 months. Man, got a call.
Yeah.
Got something in Poland.
What did you think when like your agent told you about this opportunity?
So when I was in Canada, you know what I'm saying, I was thinking about, you know, should I just go play in the G or go overseas? So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't opposed to going overseas. Canada was like kind of like my first little taste, not really different, but kind of is different.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, it's not that bad, you know. So I was like, you know, I'll go overseas, till I get back on my feet how I want to be, you know what I'm saying, till I start back, you know, loving the game, hooping with a purpose, you know, things like that, and get my body back right. So I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So I ended up coming over here, and it was way different than I expected. I ain't even gonna lie. It was.
Who, like, did you reach out to anybody for advice, or like, was it just conversations with your agent, like, to prep you about?
Yeah, so like, I got a couple of boys that I played with in, you know, in college and against and stuff like that. So they played, you know, overseas before and like things like that. So they'll tell me, like, you know what I'm saying, this.
Make sure your money on time.
Yeah, make sure your money on time. Like, hey, make sure, you know what I'm saying, you got your crib straight, like all this. Like,
Wi-Fi.
you go out there hoop.
Yeah,
you go out there hoop and everything gonna take care of itself. Like, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And then they obviously told me about the winning situation and like all that. Like, you win, you good. Like stuff like that. So it's not that much of a difference, to be honest. And like you said, like, I like being alone. Like, so it don't really bother me a lot. I remember like seeing like a long time ago or like a couple of years ago, or even like now, like people be like, you know, playing overseas is like hard because you don't get to spend time with people. Like, it is, but I also do like being alone. Like, I like my alone time. So it's like, it's not really that bad for me at all.
Yeah.
Like,
like, we don't like, you know, like, we're missing, you know, friends, family, but it's like, we gotta be grateful about the situation as well. You know what I mean? Like, we're still young, we're traveling the world, like, and it's hard to keep that perspective while we're in it.
Yeah.
but it's like, when will we ever have this opportunity again?
Yeah, facts. And I ain't never been like the type to like, man, I want to go see the world. I'm like, man, I'm cool in Georgia. Like growing up, I'm like, man, like I'm cool in Georgia. I don't need to go see nothing. So then, like when you hooping in the States, flying around different places, you seeing different things. You like, dang, like this lit.
Right.
Then like once you do all that, and it's like, all right, what else? Like, might as well go around see other cultures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
no, it definitely has an impact on you, man. Like the stories you'll have going back to the crib about things you saw or things you did in Europe, and like people won't understand, but it's like it's huge, man. It's huge, and like in the long run, you know what I mean? Because I've been able to have like my dad come out here with me, like my brother and my mom came out to France to see me, so like I've been able to like, you know, show them Europe. Like they went to Paris, we was all in Paris, so like you said, like you wanted to give those blessings to your family, like, you know, we have that opportunity, so it's you know, we want to share it, you know. So I think that's a huge piece of why I like being in Europe in general, just because like it makes you, it broadens your perspective, you know what I mean. And then like there's a difference of like, you know, your normal education of school than like actually experiencing different cultures, different languages, different people. You know what I mean? So I think there's so much that we grow from these situations. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're alone, we're exposed to so much, and then it's like we have to grow. We have no choice.
You got no choice
you know
but to.
Because I like to think of it as like, you know, when you're in like that unknown space, like I feel like basketball players or athletes in general are always in that unknown space. Like we don't know what next year, what's to come next year, next game or anything. So it's like you're always in that growth mindset when you're stuck in that unknown. And like for me, I enjoy being in that like
space.
Being in that space because I know like I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm forcing myself to grow. Like, I could be in Connecticut my whole life. You know what I'm saying? But like, I wouldn't have the knowledge, the experience that I have now. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to pass it down to somebody. You know, so I think, you know, just being out here is like, it's huge, man. It's a blessing. Even though sometimes it's like we want to get back to the crib.
Yeah, facts. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I think me in general, I always like think future, like what I'm gonna do maybe like a couple of months from now, a year from now, like. But then like, not more so like I think past couple of like 2 years I just been trying to be in like just now, like being in this moment. So sometimes like I'll be thinking the future and I'm like, nah, like let me just enjoy now. Like I'll be in the car just driving like, dang, I'm really over here in Europe. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like
nah, for sure. That shit, it be hitting me all the time. Like, yo, I'm really out in Poland right now. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is crazy. Like, what? And it'll hit me like maybe like 2 times throughout the day, and it's like, I'm really doing this.
I'm really doing this. I got a whole crib. I got a car. I'm getting paid.
Chilling.
I'm hooping.
Right.
Well, like, what am I worried about?
Yeah. Why am I stressing? Why am I like putting this like added pressure on myself? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you think about the future or like 5 months, 2 years, 3 years, it's like, nah, man, just, and it's hard. Like,
yeah, it's definitely hard.
It's hard to just stay in the moment. Like, but yeah, man, it's hard because it's I don't know, it's just hard because like we can say like I'm just in the moment, but then our brain is just hardwired to just like,
all right, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Like, what's the next opportunity? Okay, I want to make this much more money. You're like, I want to play at this level. I want to get back to the A. It's like, nah, bro, you good. Like, enjoy right here. Enjoy
chill,
right now.
Like, chill, bro. Just relax right now.
Yeah.
You doing it.
Right. So what would you say that was like the style of play was or what was the most different thing about the style of play in Europe than in the States or in the G-League at least?
I would just say, like, you know what I'm saying, how we was talking the other day, like the court's smaller. Everybody's just kind of cluttered. It's not like you get a free space to just play one-on-one the whole time to where you blow by your man. It's just like a dunk or a lay. Like the big man sitting in the lane the whole time. He don't got to get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's more of a team oriented than just the one-on-one style. Like in the league, you beat your man, like you either gonna pass it off to the big or dunk it, or you gonna have a wide open layup. But it's here like everybody just kind of helps each other, and it just like makes it tough for you to score a lot of points and things like that in Europe. So that's what I think the biggest thing is. It's just more team than like just, to me, it's just the me aspect of the game. So
I like to think of it as like it's similar to college.
yeah, it's technical. Very technical.
Like it's technical, and then like you can sit in the paint, like everybody's helping. So like it's definitely harder to score. Like I know Luka Doncic always comes out with those quotes that it's harder to score 30 in EuroLeague or in Europe than in the league. But it's not easy, man. So like when you see a guy averaging like 9, 10, 11, 12, like that's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not easy to do.
He definitely getting a bucket.
Yeah, for sure. So what shocked you the most about like the lifestyle off the court? Like were you surprised at all? Like, cause like you think of Poland, everybody's like, damn, what the fuck is over there? You know what I'm saying? But like, so
and then they be asking me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They be like, it don't sound too. I was like, well, you just gotta experience it for yourself,
like going to Warsaw, like
like
come on,
big city like that. It's kind of like a little baby New York.
Yeah,
and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Things different. Like sometimes I go somewhere they don't even know what I'm saying, bro, and it's just like I gotta put in my Google Translate or just like I'm like fuck it, like let me just leave. Like I don't know what's going on. People talking mad different languages. Yeah. So it's just like different. Then the food is different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't get what you want all the time. I ain't had no Chipotle or hot wings since I left the state.
Word.
Oh my God.
And then people stare at you crazy.
Yeah, and it's just like staring at you like you're an alien. I'm just like, makes you uncomfortable, and it's just like whatever.
Right. What has like what is this opportunity? Being out here in Poland, playing your first year in Europe. What is it kind of taught you the most?
Back to the moment situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people dream about playing at a high level and everything, but like this right here is like just a part of my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I ain't trying to fast forward through this chapter. Right. I'm not trying to just skim through it. Like, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy it. Like, it's helping me become a better basketball player by, playing a different game to now going back. If I go back to the States playing, you know what I'm saying, even when I just go play, you know what I'm saying, hoop with my boys or something like that, like just different. You know what I'm saying? I got a different mindset over here. You work different than back at home. So just enjoying the moment, to be honest.
Right. And it's like it's a different understanding of the game too.
Yeah.
So like say you go play in the G next year, or like you play open run, like you're gonna catch yourself getting frustrated just because like the way the game is over here is like you said, it's technical. It's like more like, okay, I'm gonna get my spots here, or come set this pick and roll for me. You know what I'm saying? But like obviously in the States, it's like one-on-one. We just hooping. Yeah. So like sometimes I find myself like, cause it's like with your experience, like for me, for example, I'll go back home and I'll hoop, and it's like I know I have the most experience out of everybody that I'm on the court with. So it's like, just listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they ain't trying to hear that. Nah, hell no. But no, that's a good piece, man. Staying in the moment, man. I think my first year I was in France, and it was tough, bro. It was I just really wasn't like, it was a lot of pressure. Like France is a high level, so like it was, and I didn't understand. Like I didn't understand the business aspect. I didn't understand that, okay, Americans got to come in and produce. Like that's it. So like and we had 5 other Americans as well. So like we averaged like 7, 8, 9. So there were a few times like they would pull me to the side, like, Anthony, you're gonna get cut. You know what I'm saying? I remember a GM, he didn't speak no English, but he was just spazzing on me in French, and then the coach was translating to me. Yeah. We was in the meeting, he was just spazzing like, look, we're at a playoff game. If you don't play well, like, you're gone. And I ended up killing that playoff game, but it's like I wasn't prepared for that type of like pressure, I guess. And then after that, it was like, okay, now I understand. Like, I just got to get a bucket. Yeah. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like I feel like, you know, these GMs, these coaches, like say for next year, they're gonna look at Ahmed Hill out of like 10 other guys and then be like, okay, what did he average? What did, you know what I'm saying? What did he shooting percentages, free throw percentages? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's in our position, that's what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? Is how did you produce? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, and then after my first year, I learned a lot, man. Like, and then I came to Poland, killed, and then it was up from there. Just because it clicked for me. It clicked for me. I had vets on my team that my first year didn't really kick me no game. Like they were just like, you know what I'm saying, in their own zone, like in their own world, just trying to get their money, whatever. And I understood it, but like, I didn't have that vet that was like, nah, you got to do this, you got to work. Like, I didn't even know how to be a pro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, I did summer league, I did this, but like, I didn't know how to be a pro. I didn't know I had to show up 45 minutes before practice or stay 45 minutes after practice to get up shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I got free time. I ain't got shit else to do. I ain't got class. I ain't got nobody. Like, I'm going to just go to practice and then go home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it took me like my second year, my third year. So after my second year, I went down a level. So I went to Greece. But like, Greece was a high level. Mm-hmm. So Greece was a high level, but it just wasn't the right situation for me. So I ended up just bouncing. Like I didn't even like. I was playing behind, like, I was 25, 24 at the time, and I was playing behind, like, this 37-year-old Greek guy. Yeah. I'm like, come on now, like, why'd you bring me out here? So I ended up just bouncing, and then that's when I came to Poland, and I'm just like, you know what, man, I just got to turn up. And I got back into, like, my college mindset, my high school mindset of just getting buckets. Yeah. And then that, like, projected my whole career. Yeah. But it's not easy, man. It's not easy just balancing, you know, work and then off the court and then staying, because like another huge thing for me was like understanding like not to take the game off the court with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, say I have a bad game or even a bad practice, it's like I used to go home and be sick, wouldn't want to talk to nobody, didn't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to carry that energy with me. But now like I do a better job of like, okay, this game, I didn't have a good game, or wasn't my style of play, it wasn't my rhythm, so I just didn't play well, or just practice, I didn't hit a shot, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm able to differentiate, which actually helped my like mental health. In a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because like you bring that energy home, then you just at home sick.
And you're thinking about it the whole time. Yeah. The whole day go by, and then you gotta go to practice the next day.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then even for the game, it's like you have one game on Monday. You play bad, you don't get another game until maybe Sunday. Yeah. So it's like that whole week you can't be like in your feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Cause then never gonna translate to nothing good.
Right.
So
right.
I've definitely been trying to do better at that for sure.
Yeah. So just a few questions to wrap up, man. What are your like, you know, what are your career goals? You know, I know you want to stay in the moment, but like what are your aspirations? Is it to like, you know, how long do you want to play? Like, do you still want to get another shot at going to the A?
Yeah, no, I definitely want to, you know, play till I can't play no more. You know, I love the game. Definitely fell back in love with it just recently. So I definitely want to play at the highest level. You know, NBA is the highest level. I definitely want a shot at it because I just feel like I belong there. That's just my confidence level. And, you know, I'm going to keep working. You know, if they don't say I'm good enough, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to just keep showing up every day. And, you know, we'll see eventually. But, wouldn't mind. I love Europe. I didn't think it was going to be. You know, I thought it would be worse. But, you know, coming here with y'all, you and Mike, I already knew Mike, you, and the other guys, you know, y'all helped make it easier for me. Like you said, you had a bad first experience, and like, you know what I'm saying, y'all helped me make my first experience, you know, good. So definitely a vibe.
Word. Now, as far as like stuff off the court, like, do you have any aspirations to like, you know, give back to your community, or like is that a passion of yours?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I want to, you know, do this camp maybe August the 22nd. I'm still trying to figure if I want to do it before or after. When school is about to get to go back. But definitely want to help my community out. You know what I'm saying? We never really had that down there in Fort Valley or even in Augusta. You know, I lived in both places, so I definitely want to give back to both communities because they help me out tremendously and, you know, support me and what I do. So I've just been trying to find out the right time, you know, trying to play basketball, you know, going to job, and then trying to establish yourself. So, you know, kind of difficult at the time, but definitely gonna get to it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's important, man, because like similar to my situation, there was like we didn't really have any camps or any like somebody to look up to or like say I want to be like him. Like we had Ryan Gomes, shout out to him. We had him who played in the NBA for about 8 years, but other than that, there was like we were just playing outside. You know what I'm saying? Now kids don't really do that no more. So it's like, you know, just want to have an impact. You know what I'm saying? And you know, give them a positive role model, a positive figure to look up to. Because it's like it's different when like, because like NBA guys throw camps and do things, but it's like it's different when you're there physically at the camp. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do a camp, I'm there every day, all day. And they can see me, they can touch me, they can ask me questions. So it's, I think it goes a longer way. So this next question, man, you know, I know you're still young in your career, and like a lot of people don't really like to talk about, especially in the black community, they don't really like to talk about like money and what they like to do with their money. But I think again, like we're the audience that we're speaking to are guys that want to be in our position, are in our position, or kids, you know. So, what ways do you want to like? Do you plan to invest your money or make your money work for you?
Definitely get into stocks. Get into things that I personally like. You know, that is that manufacture wealth. In different aspects. So like, you know, I like fashion, I like, I want to get into that. I want to get into like building like kind of like a gym back home, like get into that aspect. And just different things, like I would tap into different markets and yeah, man, try to do a lot, really. Try to tap into a lot of stuff. Try to tap into like, I want to build make a comic book one day, like a comic book line. So I think that would be fire too. So just different things like that.
I think what would also be cool for you, man, is even if like say you stay out, say you come to Europe again or whatever, but like, you know, starting your own fashion line out here.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be crazy.
Like, people, because I know this dude, he played in Italy for maybe 4 or 5 years, and he just had like a couple of simple T-shirts. You know what I'm saying, with his face up there, and like, of course, the fans gonna gravitate towards it, little kids gonna gravitate towards it. So just, you know, just an idea.
Yeah, that's good right there.
But in terms of basketball, what are some ways that that mentally help you prepare for the game? Like, what are like to keep you grounded, to keep you in the moment? Like, what things do you do or say to yourself? What's the internal dialogue that like help you, you know, prepare for a game?
I would just say the work going into it, like how I worked that week going into the game. And it's testament to last week, like kind of last week, it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't 100% there. Everybody was kind of a little beat up, so I kind of took it light, and then we just played, and I didn't play my best, so I kind of look at it like that. Like the weeks before, you know, I was in there, you know, making sure my body was right. I was working out, being sharp, and then, you know, I was also having good games. So I think it just correlates, and then that just helps your confidence as well. So like you going in there every day with a positive mindset, positive everything, and it just going good. So I think that'd be the main reason for, you know, production is how you work. So I think that'd be probably the main thing I would say. Just my work leads to the confidence in the game, really. And I go in there, I just try to have a free mind. I don't try to think about doing this, doing that, and just kind of out there just having fun. I just want to have fun, bring energy. And I feel like once I conquer that in my mind, then just I'm out there free flowing. Because basketball is not really a thinking game. Like you can think about certain things, but most of the time it's just all reactions. So just being free flowing, I think that's kind of just me. That's where I like to be at in my lane.
No, that makes sense. No, that's a good point. I think, just resorting back to the work, like, you put the work in, so it's like you don't have to stress or like worry about like if I'm gonna have an off shooting night. It won't matter because like you have the confidence from putting in the work.
Yep.
So that's a great point. Last couple questions. What to someone that aspires to be in your position, that wants to go D1, that wants to be a pro, what is some advice you would give him or her?
I would say to make sure you have the right people in your corner. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people nowadays have a lot of sayings and a lot of things they want to do to try to help you, to also help themselves. But if you have somebody who really don't want anything from you but to see the best of you, I feel like that's when you begin to be in a winning situation. And I would say to keep those people around you and to also keep people who are also going to humble you, because this game is a lot of ups and downs. Like you'll have real high ups, you'll have some real low downs. So it's just like finding some people that can keep you in the medium to where, you do have an up, it's like, all right, well, you need to stay right here because you know how easy it can go down. And if you do go down to your lowest, having some people that kind of keep you in the medium, like, you done had highs and lows just come and go, so that I think kind of helped me in the long run. Like I done had really good highs and really good lows within the past year. And like I got people in my corner that always kind of kept me in the medium with telling me things, inspiring or helpful, or even when I'm high, just telling me things like to humble myself. So I would say that, and I would just say to work, like the work gonna always show. Like no matter what you do, you can't sit on your butt, you can't sit on your ass 5 months and then think you about to go and play somewhere and kill. You can't sit in the room, play the game and all that, think you about to go somewhere and drop 30. Like it's not gonna happen. Like people out there working every day. Like this is an amazing job, bro. We get to fly around the world, fly places, eat for free. You go to a restaurant, eat with him, you eat for free, man. Like it's crazy. So like just things like that. Like you know what I'm saying? It's so easy to lose track in this. Like we said, we got boys that probably way better than us that hooping and obviously had some circumstances that they not here right now. And I'm pretty sure they would love to be right here. They probably at the crib, like thinking like, dang, like Ant there, like he definitely proud, but he knew that he had his chance as well, his opportunity. So I would just say, man, to just keep working and like, you know what I'm saying? If you know what you want, you know your goal, you gotta know exactly what it's gonna take to get there. And that's just hard work and keeping the right people in your corner, to be honest.
No, I think that's powerful just because like what you said, man, like that's the one advice I did learn when I was a rookie. The vet told me like, never get too high, never get too low. Because like you said, it's like you could go out and have 27 and then like be juiced, you know what I'm saying? But then you could go out and get like 4, you know what I'm saying? But like staying level-headed staying grounded throughout the season, even throughout life, man. Like, and I like to correlate it. I was talking to somebody, and even you can correlate it with stocks. It's like, like LeBron gonna go out there, he can get 50, but for the most part, the next game he might go back to his average 27, 26. You know what I'm saying? And you just with life, with like I said, with stocks, with nature, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always a restart, a rebirth, a change. And I think, like you said, staying grounded, staying level-headed throughout those times where you are really low, and when you're having your high, it's like, okay, not being humble, but just like understanding that like, okay, like I'm here now, but things could be different, and it will be different. I'll learn from it. So last question: what is something that, like, if you had the opportunity to tell your younger self, give your younger self advice, young 10, 11, 12, Ahmed, what would you tell him?
I would say, if I had to give myself advice, I would just say, be you. to be honest. Be you. It's gonna be a lot of situations that kind of want you to change to fit the narrative of others and what others would like you to do and be. But staying true to you is, I think, the biggest thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a worker, you're gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta change or try to be something that everybody else likes or want at the moment. I would say that. And I would just say to battle through the ups and downs, that's life. You know, everybody has their own story. And nobody's story is perfect. And everybody's on their own time, I would say. Like, you can sit here and I can be on IG looking at highlights like, man, you know, I was playing with all those guys in all the camps. Like, I feel like I deserve to be there. And now I'm mad. Well, no, because that's their own time. Like, if my time wants me to be there, then I'll be there. So I'm just going to keep working, and when my, you know, time is called, you know, I'll just make sure I'm ready instead of trying to get ready when my time is called. Just already be prepared. So I think that's what I would say. Just be myself and focus on me.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. That's some great advice. I think it's tough to, like, again, I think social media plays, you know, obviously there's positives with social media, but that's one thing social media plays, like, a negative part. There's this quote is like, comparison is the thief of joy. You know, just because when obviously you compare yourself, like you said, you could compare yourself to a dude you played at the KD camp with and he's in the league or whatever. You know, I think that's natural. You know what I'm saying? It's natural, like a human tendency is to do that. So even for myself, I do that too, but it's like, you know, but then not getting wrapped up into it. You know, just be like, my story is my story, my journey is my journey. And then just loving your journey. Like, you said that you'd be saying that, like, you know, dudes come out here that were borderline NBA or in the NBA, whatever, and then they don't be posting nothing just because they feel like some type of way that they need to be here, and if they post that they over here in Europe, that it's like they're a failure. But it's like, nah, like, we was together in Lublin, and you was just like, I forget what you said, but you was just saying, like, I'm a post that, like, I'm out here, like, and I'm having fun, like, I'ma still do me, and like, I was like, man, that's huge, cause like, even at a young age, like, that's a hard concept to really understand. You know what I'm saying? Cause all your peers, everybody, okay, I want to see a man in the NBA, whatever. But like, not having that, like, fear inside yourself is like, is huge.
And it
so
steps.
even I learned from when you said that. That's why it stood out to me. But
Steps, man, steps. Steps.
Yeah,
I had saw this picture with this quote the other day, and it was like a dude digging for a diamond. It was two dudes digging for a diamond, and one dude found his diamond like way before, like maybe like 2 digs in. So the dude digging next to him was like maybe like 2-3 yards deeper, and he was looking like, man, like, he looking at his thing like, he hit a diamond that early, like, maybe it's more diamonds than his, but he ain't really, just because he's 5 yards deeper and his own, he got a way bigger diamond than he do, and he only got to go 2 more feet, but he started digging in the other dude yard because he thinking, well, he found his diamond early, maybe I can just finish his tunnel and I find the diamond instead of just digging my own thing. So it's like, man, just focus on your own shit. Like, a lot of people gonna get to a lot of things faster, and a lot of things people gonna get to things slower. And maybe God didn't want me to have that because maybe I wouldn't know how to cherish it. So once I get it, I know, like, I did this work to get here, and then, like, now I can, you know what I'm saying, have a bigger grasp on it. I love it more than to be handed to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Cause I be thinking that too. Like, why wasn't I in the league, or like, if I was in college now? Cause I averaged about like 22 in college my senior year. So it's like, in dudes now, if you average 22, like, you gonna get hella highlights, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll be thinking of that stuff too. But it's like, nah, man, like, my journey is different. You know, I've been able to find joy in my journey and just love it.
Yeah, different, man. You've seen a lot of different things.
Sure.
Experience a lot, so you could be at the crib right now.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely just gotta make the best of it, for sure.
But all right, man. I appreciate you coming on, bro. I know you've been up here for maybe about like hour and 30, hour and 45.
most
But
definitely.
definitely good combos, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure people would tap in, definitely, at least from my community.
For sure.
And yeah, bro, appreciate you, man.
Oh, no problem, man.
Definitely.
Make sure y'all tune in to that.
For sure, for sure.